you an expert, entrepreneur, or small business owner passionate about helping people through life's transitions? The Fresh Starts Expert membership is perfect for you. For just $55 per month, this dynamic membership is designed to boost your business and amplify your brand. Fresh Starts is here to provide you with business development, marketing, coaching, networking, publicity, community engagement, and more. With an SEO-optimized profile, exclusive press opportunities, and weekly co-working and business coaching sessions, you'll connect, grow, and gain visibility like never before. Are you ready to elevate your brand? We can't wait to work with you. Visit freshstartsregistry.com and become a Fresh Starts expert today.
Divorce happens. In fact, it happens to almost 50% of first marriages. So let's talk about it. Welcome to Divorce Happens, a podcast to educate, inspire, support, and yes, make you laugh through divorce and beyond so that you can start fresh on the next phase of your journey. Remember, divorce happens, and then we start fresh.
You get divorced. You get divorced.
Getting divorced?
I'm getting a divorce.
You're getting a divorce. Because she's getting a divorce.
So what if I get divorced?
Hello, and welcome back to Divorce Happens, the podcast where we support you before, during, and after divorce with education, inspiration, a little bit of laughter, because as we know, divorce happens and then you start fresh. And we're here with one of our Fresh Starts experts who we adore, Kat Green. Kat, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, hi, Olivia. Nice being here. My name is Kat. I am an ADHD organizing specialist and coach. So I basically help people who are neurodivergent in figuring out what systems and routines that work best for them, not just for their home, but also for their lives.
Amazing. I'm laughing because I'm thinking back to my divorce, Kat. You would have been like, Olivia, what are we going to do with you? I mean, the things in my house, so I went through my divorce and I stayed in my house for 3 years and then I moved out of my house. And by the time I moved out of my house, there were so many products that I bought that I never built or assembled or put together because of my ADHD that I ended up selling so many things like full, intact in the boxes. The boxes were not even open because I was so overwhelmed with like the house stuff. So let's talk specifically in divorce a lot. People, it's a transitional time. So whether you are staying in the marital residence, which I did for a while, or whether you are leaving the marital residence, all of it is overwhelming, right? It's all just like a super overwhelming mental time and financial and all this stuff. But you work with a lot of clients going through life transitions. So what have you seen with people going through a divorce, specifically with ADHD or neurodiverse, tendencies? How can we do this process without losing our minds, Kat?
Yeah, really great question. And I do help a lot of people in transition. So one of the things that I would say is really being in touch with how does ADHD show up for you, because it shows up it shows up very differently for others. So some would be the daydreaming, or some would be the constant overwhelm of thinking about what the next step is.
Yeah.
So before really creating any action, I think there needs to be a little bit of awareness of how and what that looks like for you. And when I say that, it's really just also like there's emotional dysregulation. There's that, like on top of having ADHD, I understand that divorce is a difficult a process.
Yeah.
So just being in touch with that. So I want to say the first thing there is making sure that there's appointments for your self-care as you go through this transition. I know that a lot of the times is we get overwhelmed with, but I need to do this and I have to go do this. But what happens is that because we're depleted and there's not enough self-care and emotional regulation there, the things that we want to do is 10 times, 100 times worse and harder to do.
Right.
So yeah, really having an appointment for self-care is the first thing. The second thing is I want to say I typically say body doubling, but this would be finding a support system, whether it's an outside, like kind of like fresh starts, where you could find some support in online.
Yep.
That I would say really reeling into uh, having someone to hold you accountable and also maintain focus in the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
Um, and in terms of the overwhelm with the stuff,
Yeah.
I break that down a little bit more. I think that's a little bit more complicated than just giving steps.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Do you do body doubling with your clients, Kat?
I actually do, and personally, that has helped me. Even though I don't have ADHD myself, I use this for studying. It's really hard for me to focus on just reading something that I'm trying to learn. So I have a body double professional organizer that just literally we say hi online, and then 1 hour, an hour and a half, we read, and then bye. So with going back to your question, yes, I do body double with my clients. Sometimes like I find my clients like being really overwhelmed with the situations that they're in. So they do the dishes while I'm sorting their craft room. They purge the closet while I'm doing their pantry.
Mm.
But just having me there is is helping them maintain focus in the things that they're doing. And then as a professional organizer and coach, I also kind of maneuver and check in as to how they're doing, and just be open and being available to them for questions. It's like, okay, I'm having a hard time purging my black t-shirts. I don't know what to do. So then we take a break and then we go focus on that. And then body doubling happens again.
Well, you've clearly been in my closet, Kat, because I have a hard time purging black t-shirts. I'm also thinking how powerful that would be, even virtually, right? To body double with an organizer like you, to go through paperwork, right? And say like, I have so much paperwork I need to go through, or I need to figure out what my mortgage lender needs, right, for the house or whatever. Having somebody on Zoom, because decision paralysis is a big part of ADHD, right? And I totally know this. I have friends who will text me like, "What do I want for dinner?" And I'm like, "I can help them do that, right?" But they can't make the decision. So having an organizer, just I would think just show up for you, even virtually, to help you make those decisions. Like, keep this thing. You don't need these tax papers, whatever it is. That's probably a huge help, to just have somebody to help you make decisions.
Yeah, exactly your point. Like there's decision and or analysis paralysis happens
Yeah.
too, where you don't when a person has too many questions. It's not just one question when it comes to an ADHD brain, right? Like, well, do I have to keep this for my taxes? And if so, do I have to file it for 2021 or 2022? Like, there's so many things that need to be funneled. So when you have an organizer and a coach helping
Yeah.
you figure that part out, there's less of the decision fatigue, and then there's more room for you to do than to think. And I think that's the main experience that I also notice with my clients, is that there's so much thinking that happens, that
Yeah.
the actual physical movement and the actual physical action tends to not happen anymore because of all of the mental load that it needs to happen.
Yeah, it's a lot of the executive functioning, right? Really is very like affected, right, by ADHD. And so investing in a organizer, a coach, right, to help you through that, especially I would assume if you're moving or you're downsizing, right? Have you worked with a lot of people who are downsizing and need your help figuring that out?
Yes. I do have a story about an ADHDer that I'm working with, and we worked in her craft room. I think craft rooms, like, ADHD
Oh, yeah.
HDers have projects, and there's always like, oh, I love this and I love that, and I think it's beautiful. I think it's like such a cool thing for somebody to take something up, be good at it, and then
Yep.
that's it. Um, so she was struggling with basically figuring out what to get rid of, because everything feels like she hasn't given an opportunity for the that particular thing yet. So one of the strategies that I did with her as her coach is to bank on her strengths, and one of her strengths is to create like a visual map of what, or so for example, looking at her craft room, it's overwhelming because it's stuff. But when I had asked her to like list down the things that you actually think that are here, and it was so easy for her because she already knows what's in there. And then once she's listed that, we created a web map of what makes sense to be sorted together. So then from there, her brain just kind of clicked. I see like, okay, this is where this needs to go, and this is where that needs to happen. And then the purging and the letting go of like, okay, maybe I don't really need this because I have one art tool that functions like that.
Right.
So really like honing in on like someone's strengths as to what they're good at and then using that as a tool for them to make decisions.
Yeah.
That's like
I love
that
it.
can translate with making decisions as to like what to purge and how to downsize.
Right. Before we let you go, Kat, if somebody's listening to this and they're going through a divorce or considering a divorce, what would be some words of encouragement that you could leave them with?
I always adhere to this quote, and I always say it in everywhere, is nothing is permanent except for change. So embracing the idea that nothing is permanent can help alleviate that, like, okay, you're doing the right thing. I'm sure it's a difficult decision to make.
Yeah.
But if it feels in the gut that it is the right thing, then so be it. Because change will happen eventually, whether it's to stay or to go. But change is a valuable tool for any person.
I love that. Well, you can find Kat at Fresh Starts, and please get in touch if you want any support with organizing or getting your shit together. Kat, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Olivia.
Divorce Happens is produced by Fresh Starts Registry, the only divorce registry platform for everything you need to begin again, including home items, hype team, and everything in between. Remember, divorce happens, and then we start fresh. We're here to support you before, during, and after divorce. Head to freshstartsregistry.com for more info.
Are you an expert, entrepreneur, or small business owner passionate about helping people through life's transitions? The Fresh Starts Expert membership is perfect for you. For just $55 per month, this dynamic membership is designed to boost your business and amplify your brand.
I'm Nikki Innocent, and I'm a Fresh Starts expert. The Fresh Starts expert membership is different from other products or services in this realm because it covers everything. It covers your ability to be supported by a community if you are a small business owner or a solopreneur by having daily ways to connect with other people in the entrepreneurial space, even if they're in a different industry. There's coaching, which is next level coaching on a lot of ways. They offer the ability for you to be held as the individual you are, the business owner you are, and the vulnerable person you are, just operating each and every day. So that is wonderful. The products themselves, the press alone is something that I recommend for people to join the membership around. If you are looking to build out your public profile, if you're looking to understand what people care about in the industry that you're working in, the press element of this membership will give you that. You also have the amazing support of Olivia and Jenny, who will be able to direct you and highlight the parts of what you are doing that the world needs to hear more about. And oftentimes, if you are in a small business setting or you're building something, it can be really challenging to notice those things about yourself from an external view. So they do a great job of that. And there are so many other elements to this. There's a level of amplification that they do within their network to let people know who you are and what you do. There's a matchmaking energy to ensuring that you understand the other experts that are in the space that might be able to be complementary collaborators or support for you as you are on your journey, and so much more. I think there is a part of this in particular that is different than many other membership spaces because there is a very, very obvious and deeply felt sense of connection and collaboration. The competition element does not show up in this membership space. The sharing information and even talking about how competition might pop up is part of it. And it creates a new normal where we can actually rise with one another instead of looking at each other as competition to kind of leapfrog over. I think that this particular membership offers not only the individual so much, but businesses so much, and hopefully the larger landscape of how we can operate as humans that bring different things to the table. Would I recommend this membership to others? Heck yeah, I would. And I do. I recommend this membership to people all the time. And when I say this all the time, I mean everybody I meet.
Fresh Starts is here to provide you with business development, marketing, coaching, networking, publicity, community engagement, and more. With an SEO-optimized profile, exclusive press opportunities, and weekly co-working and business coaching sessions, you'll connect, grow, and gain visibility like never before.
Hi, I'm Lorraine Connell, and I'm a Fresh Starts expert. Fresh Starts membership is different from other similar products and services because it allows me to have a platform where my content is shared. It's a place where I can collaborate with others. And there's so many different membership opportunities. There's coaching, there's co-working. Being a member of Fresh Starts Registry has impacted my personal growth by giving me opportunities to think about the work that I'm doing. And it's helped me in my professional growth by the coaching that Olivia and Jenny provide. Would I recommend membership to others? Hands down. In fact, I've recommended it to 5 people in the first month that I've been a part of it.
Are you ready to elevate your brand? We can't wait to work with you. Visit freshstartsregistry.com and become a Fresh Starts expert today.